I am at the beginning phase of planning my 2 weddings, one in Vietnam, one in Germany, with the same husband, by the way. And during this phase, I have noticed a bunch of differences between wedding traditions from these 2 very different cultures. So in this video, I would like to share with you guys what I have learned and observed about it. As you can see, we are outside in the nature today because in Germany, the summer is coming and life is worth living again. So I am outside soaking in the sun while I'm talking to you guys. Let's go! As usual, joining the video today, we have German boyfriend.
Hello!
Bringing the German perspective, and I'm Vietnamese, so I'm bringing the Vietnamese perspective. The first major difference that I noticed is about the time and the date of the wedding. In Vietnam, normally when a couple want to get married, the exact date does not normally get decided by the family. It would be decided by a fortune teller. So you would go to a fortune teller, you would give her the date of birth of the bride and the groom, and then the fortune teller would look into the future to choose the perfect date for the couple, so that when they get married on that day, they're going to have a successful marriage. And sometimes the fortune teller just chose the weirdest random date ever, like on a random Monday or like at 6 a.m. in the morning. Everybody has to be there to start the ceremony.
In Germany, there's a fortune teller involved too.
Really?
Yeah, he's working for the Amt, and when you don't take his date, he says there's no marriage.
I mean, seriously, couple in Germany doesn't really care about the date that much as long as everybody can join, so they normally choose like the weekend and things like that. Also, normally in Vietnam, weddings happen very quickly. Since the day you decided that you want to get married until the day the wedding happened, it's like maximum 1 or 2 months. The reason is that I guess Vietnamese doesn't like to plan in advance that much.
Yeah, in Germany that works differently. Like, it would be impossible in Germany, I think, to make wedding date that short of notice. I think the longest in advance I got invited to a wedding was like 1 year and 2 months.
If someone invited me 1 year in advance for a wedding in Vietnam, everybody would laugh at their face. No hotel would even open the booking that early for you or something, I guess. One of the first things you do when planning a wedding is getting wedding picture. When you go to a wedding in Vietnam, normally the moment you walk through the door, you would see a giant picture of the couple in the wedding clothes. Those pictures are professionally done in a studio or on the beach or something. Normally, they are taken months or weeks in advance, which is super normal in Vietnam.
After I was weirded out at first, I thought about it and I really find it very smart. Because like sometimes you're at a wedding and then you are left alone with cake and coffee for like 2 hours because the bride and the groom are busy with taking pictures.
I'm telling you, I love this tradition in Vietnam because when you take the wedding picture before the wedding, you would spend the whole day for that, okay? And in those like photo shoot for wedding, the bride could change like 4 to 5 different wedding dress and then different makeup, different locations. And then after one intensive day, you would have around 20 to 50 beautiful wedding pictures for the rest of your life.
That's very awesome.
This year, me and my boyfriend will go to Vietnam to take wedding pictures in nice location. I don't really know when will be the wedding yet, but at least I have the wedding picture. I think from a German perspective, the amount of guests we have in a wedding in Vietnam would be shockingly big for you guys. My sister,
I can confirm that.
my big sister, for example, her wedding has around 1,000 to 2,000 guests, and the wedding lasts for 3 days. The thing is, the bride and the groom doesn't really know that many people. Wedding in Vietnam, at least from my experience, are basically not just for the couple. It's also for the parents and for the whole family as a whole. So it's not just about what the couple wants and who the couple want to invite. The couple also have to consider what does the parents want as well. The thing is, if I tell my parents that they cannot invite anyone that I don't know or German boyfriend don't know, the wedding will be around 20 to 30 people, which is fine for me. But the problem is the whole village where I live would be extremely angry with my parents because they invite my parents to all of their kids' wedding and things like that. And now when it comes to my wedding, my parents don't invite them. So I think it's gonna make them quite uncomfortable and give them a bit of a trouble. I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I also don't want to do that.
In Germany, the amount of guests are way smaller. I was in a wedding with 70 guests. It's in a tiny room compared to Vietnamese standard. And it's way more intimate. Only the guests of the bride and the groom are invited, and the couple has 100% decision on who do they want to invite. So when it comes to clothing for the wedding, first of all, for the bride and the groom in Vietnam, the groom kind of wearing the same thing like in Germany, what is it called? The vest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I think so.
serious vest, things like that. And the bride, yeah, we do kind of wearing the white dress and things like that, which is super popular in Vietnam too. Sometimes we also wear our traditional clothes like the áo dài, but we don't really wear it during the ceremony. The ceremony, normally we wear the white dress. Also, there's something I find really interesting is that in Vietnam, for women, when they go to a wedding, it's okay for them to wear a white dress. And basically, nobody cares. Like in Germany, it's a big no-no. You don't wear anything white to the wedding because you don't want to upstate the bride.
I don't know. I was never thinking about it as I'm not a woman. But I think I would say you should not wear a white dress on a wedding because that's the bride's part. I don't want anyone to wear a green suit on our wedding but me.
You have to write that down on the wedding invitation.
Yeah.
Also, most people I know rent the wedding dress in Vietnam. So after that, they just give it back. Some people also have it tailored because it is not that expensive compared to Germany. I'm thinking of having a tailored wedding dress too, and I think I'm gonna go to Vietnam to do that. I also want to have a tailored traditional clothes as well, and I will get German boyfriend something tailored too, so that we would have both modern and traditional outfit for our wedding photo shoot, and I'm super excited about it. I have never heard of Bachelor and Bachelorette party before I go to Germany. Though sometimes I heard about it from like American cultural, but I have no clue what that was.
It's gonna be legendary.
But anyway, you have like one of the best party of your life before you get married. In Vietnam, basically there's nothing like that. You just get married. In Germany, I saw some of the bride was hiring like a limousine, which is like super long. And then they sit there with all of their friends and then they start drinking. The limousine just drive them to like different bars and then they go there and they do dancing and things like that. I'm thinking maybe I want to do that. I like dancing. I like limousine.
Bachelor and Bachelorette parties can definitely be a cool thing, but like they also have their shadowy part because sometimes people just use it for getting super wasted and drunk and annoy everyone. One time I was on the train and I was halfway asleep and then suddenly I got woken up by someone shaking my shoulder and I open my eyes and I see someone wearing a veil and she was like, "Good morning, do you want to buy some sexy toys?"
A big part of German populations are religious, especially Christian. German boyfriend is a Christian, so he would like to get married in a church. In Vietnam, we have this tradition to worship the ancestor, like the one who passed away in our family. We believe that their spirits are still around with us and protecting us. So when we get married, it is important to have a ceremony to tell our ancestor that now we have a new partner, so our ancestor would know and then give us some blessing. Also in Vietnam, if you want to marry a Christian, as far as I know, you basically have to become a Christian too. But in Germany, that doesn't apply. I don't need to become a Christian. And I can get married in a church too, although I am not a Christian, as long as German boyfriend is a Christian. But you don't have the right to get divorced, right?
As I'm a Catholic Christian, I cannot really get divorced.
Legally, he still can, but spiritually, he cannot, which is very interesting to me. Do you know that when once you tell my ancestor that you are getting married to me, if you divorce me, they're gonna come and haunt you.
Really?
I'll tell them to do that. Now let's talk about gifts. In a wedding in Vietnam, there are only two acceptable popular gifts. Either it's gold or it's money. When you get invited to a wedding, normally family member would give the couple gold. For example, from when my sister get married, my mom would always give me like some golden ring and she would tell me like, okay, go up to the stage and give them the ring as if it's my gifts. Some people will even give the couple like housing and real estate, like rich people. And after the wedding, normally the couple always get richer than before. The amount of money they pay for their wedding is always lower than the amount of money they get from their friends and family, and it could be like their first investment for their new life.
Well, in Germany, money is also a very popular gift, but like, yeah, usually the bride and the groom, when they invite for the wedding, they already say something like that, like we are planning to buy a house or we are going to an expensive honeymoon, we could need some pocket money.
But they have to say that. They have to say like in the invitation, give us money please. Otherwise, if you don't say that, they could give you just give. Not like in Vietnam. The moment you get invited, you know that you better bring money, okay? And money only.
I'm talking about this.
Let's talk about how long wedding lasts in each country. In Vietnam, the wedding starts pretty early because of the fortune teller. Normally, we'll start around 9, 10 in the morning with the ceremony, and everybody would have a big meal for lunch in our wedding locations, and the wedding would end at around 3 to 4 p.m. Everybody goes home. That's it. In Germany, normally the wedding party starts pretty late, right? Like let's say 12, even 2 in the afternoon, and it lasts forever. It lasts until like 2, 3 in the morning.
Could easily.
Which is super cool. In Vietnam, many weddings just happen at the groom and bride house because we have, for example, if we have enough space, we would like have the wedding at our yard. In some cases, if the house is near the street, they would just put a tent which is gonna be in the middle of the street too, extension from the house to the street, so that they have enough space for the wedding. Actually, the car and the motorbike and the traffic have to like go through this tiny little space left, and it's super dangerous. You are sitting in the middle of traffic for the weddings.
And we're not just talking about countryside, like we've seen that in the middle of Hanoi.
In capital Vietnam too, like this is crazy. But in Germany, normally they get married in a restaurant, in a hotel, things like that, right?
Restaurant, hotel, or like specific locations. But like when you're from the countryside, it's also popular to do it at home.
In Vietnam, they have service for everything from renting a beautiful tent to like having fancy chairs to a lining to flowers to like a backdrop and everything at home. And you just need to like click your hand and pay money, and then you have a beautiful wedding at home if you have enough space. Even if you don't have space, they would make space for you on the street.
Do you have any activities during the wedding?
Yes, it's like kind of a talent show.
What?
So we have the cake cutting, sometimes we have the champagne opening, then we have the ceremony when the parents came to give you a lot of gold. After the ceremony, now it comes the talent show. The guests would go to the stage and either start singing or dancing or something like that.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty funny sometimes. Every time there would be like a drunk uncle who like start dancing and singing like crazy. Let's talk about the cost of the wedding. First of all, wedding in Vietnam is so cheap compared to Germany, and you can have so many cool service. In Vietnam, I think that parents normally share the cost of the wedding with the couple because they also invite a lot of their own friends as well. And after that, the money they get from the guests, if it's from the friends of the parents, sometimes the parents get it back because they pay for the wedding, and sometimes they just give it to the couple as well for them as a starting investment. Germany.
I have no clue.
You don't know?
I really have no clue because I mean, it's still Germany. You don't talk about money. So I was never asking any friends, and I didn't get married yet. So I don't really know. I think that the parents are participating, but I don't know how high and, you know.
But still, the cost of the wedding in Germany is astronomically high, which is so crazy.
It depends on what you want. But I think of course it's way higher. Is there something like best man?
No.
At Vietnamese wedding?
But what does the best man do?
Like the Trauzeugen are basically the ones who are taking care that everything is going well on that day. So they're the persons who at the end are the contact person for the caterer, or yeah, things like that.
Nah, in Vietnam, normally the family took care of that. So we don't have something like that. I think it's a very Western thing as well.
Then also like wedding newspaper.
There's wedding newspaper in Germany. They make wedding newspaper, which is so cute. This is like a fundraiser activity. So the family member would like prepare a wedding newspaper before the wedding. What is in the wedding newspaper?
Yeah, like how they met, or like, and then everyone could participate something, or a picture from them with the bride and the groom.
Okay, during the party you could buy this wedding newspaper.
And then you also have like always some sort of thing at a wedding where everyone can write down wishes. Like sometimes there are postcards on every table, and the bride and the groom get the first one from the first table like 1 month after the wedding.
Who sent that?
The best man.
Oh my God, the best man have to do like a full-time job at this point.
In Germany, we have one more tradition, which is called the Gastgeschenk. And that is like a gift from the bride and the groom for you. Like,
you don't have that in Vietnam. In Vietnam, you go give us money, eat some food, and then you go home.
Bye.
It's usually something small.
Should we do that? It's like a lot of work on it.
We could, but it's always nice. I really like that, actually.
Okay, you take care of that then.
Yeah, I take care about everything.
He's lying. I am the creative director of the wedding. It's a lot of work. And here is something maybe you should prepare for, that in Vietnam, they drink a lot of alcohol during those events. Sometimes I notice that people kind of like pressuring the groom to drink a lot because it's his wedding days, and if he doesn't drink, he's not welcoming the guests, he's not appreciate the guests and things like that. And I really don't like that. So I really hope it's not going to happen in our wedding, because German boyfriend is a German. And in Vietnam, when people think of a German, they think of like someone who can drink very well.
Yeah, so everyone will come.
So here is my plan. I think in our wedding day, I will not serve alcohol, and I will say that like because of a religious reason, since German boyfriend is Christian, he doesn't want to have alcohol in his party. They will buy it.
I thought you want the village not to hate your parents.
Okay, what is the activity you guys have in Germany for the wedding?
Oh, we have a lot of weird games that you can play.
Like what?
Like, who is it? And then the bride and the groom take off their shoes.
Ah, yeah, I saw that.
I think depending on if the bride and the groom want that. When I was the best man last year, I got told that I will get killed if there's any game like that.
Also, sometimes I watch on television that in some Western wedding, after you finish the party, you just go to a car and then go straight to a honeymoon. And I never understand it. Like, what is the logistic reason behind it? Like, it's your wedding day, and you also have to be worried about packing, so you can like go straight to the airport or something.
I think that's a Hollywood thing.
Ah, okay. It's not real?
I don't know anyone who did that.
In Vietnam, we don't do that too. Like, we do have kind of something called honeymoon, which is come from the West too. So sometimes we don't even go on honeymoon, or we go on honeymoon, but not like directly after the wedding. But over here, they have honeymoon, right?
Yeah, very common to go on honeymoon.
Immediately after the wedding?
No, like whenever you want after the wedding. Is there something happening after the wedding?
In Vietnam?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, are there like thank you notes or something?
No. Is there thank you notes
Yeah,
in Germany?
like usually it's not compulsory, but often it happens some weeks after the wedding. You get a thank you note for like the gift.
Aww.
And then they send you at the same time a picture from the bride and the groom from that day.
Wow, oh my God, we are getting eaten alive over here. Look at this. I don't know if you see that. I think I have to end the video right now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna keep you updated about the wedding once we have like anything happening soon. So have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.